Are you constantly worrying about minor issues, feeling overwhelmed by everyday tasks, or experiencing physical symptoms like rapid heartbeat and insomnia due to your anxiety? Then this treatment is for you. Welcome to our very first video in the Excessive Anxiety program. By the end of this treatment, you'll learn how to reduce the impact of worry and anxiety in your everyday life. The treatment consists of both watching the videos and doing the exercises. In order for the treatment to deliver results, it's important that you actually attempt the exercises rather than just watching the videos. Although you're not required to complete them all, we want to encourage you to try as many as possible. The more time and energy you put into the treatment, the more you'll get out of it. So let's start off by figuring out what worry and anxiety actually are, shall we? What is worry? The terms worry and anxiety are often used as synonyms for the same concept. In this treatment, we distinguish between them. Let's start by defining worry. Worry is any negative event that you can imagine in your mind. Worrying is mentally planning for the future and trying to find solutions to potential problems that may arise. Worry, therefore, consists of two parts: thoughts about negative events that may occur in the future, and the negative consequences that the event may have. Thoughts about how to deal with the negative events. Let's look at an example. Sam has planned a birthday celebration on a Saturday in June. Before the party, he has recurring thoughts like, what if it's windy or raining? Then we'll have to sit inside. What if there isn't enough food? No one will get full and they'll think I'm stingy. And I'll cook lots of extra food and freeze it in advance, so I can quickly heat it up if needed. Worry has certain common features, no matter what the worry is about. Worry often begins with, what if? It focuses on the future, and it is about negative events. If you think about nice things that might happen in the future, you aren't worrying, because worry is always about negative events and problem-solving or coping strategies. Worry can be triggered by almost anything. When we are faced with situations or challenges that we are unfamiliar with, that are unpredictable, or are in some way unclear, our risk of worrying is particularly high. In these situations, we worry about trying to anticipate different scenarios and mentally prepare for them. As we mentioned earlier, worry is especially common in situations that are new, unclear, or unpredictable. A situation is new to you if you're unfamiliar with it. New situations are therefore entirely unique to the individual and depend on what you've done in the past. Ordering a taxi or using public transport could be examples of new situations. Unclear situations are situations where we don't know if something positive, negative, or neutral will happen. Receiving a missed call is an example of an unclear situation. Before you call the person back, you don't know if they want to talk about something negative, positive, or neutral. Unpredictable situations are situations where you're unable to know in advance what'll happen and how you'll feel, such as when you take an exam or go to a party. Most of us worry from time to time. The tendency to worry often becomes stronger in periods when our lives are particularly challenging or stressful, and becomes milder again when life calms down. Worrying from time to time isn't always problematic. It's only when your worrying is causing you to suffer due to a lack of control or taking up too much time and energy that it becomes a problem. Now you'll hear about Nicholas and Daniel. For one of them, worrying has become problematic. Nicholas has recently resigned from his job to start another one. Now that it's approaching, he notices that he's starting to have thoughts like, what if I don't like it? And, if my new colleagues aren't nice, I might feel miserable. These thoughts come up once a day, but disappear quite quickly. Daniel has a hard time falling asleep in the evenings because he thinks so much about what Christmas will be like and how he'll manage to cope with all the extra tasks at work. These thoughts also occur during the day, and the more often they come, the more fed up he feels. Daniel has recently had a hard time feeling happy about spending any time with his family because it reminds him about the dreaded Christmas period at work. Is worry a problem for Nicholas or Daniel? Your worrying is likely to be a problem if you worry almost daily. Find it hard to stop worrying once you start. Find it difficult to enjoy everyday things because of your worrying, or worry excessively about things that aren't actually important. Which of the above points do you recognize? Would you say that your worry is a problem? Grab a pen and piece of paper and write down your answers. While worry occurs in our thoughts, anxiety is what happens in the body. The body has an automatic alarm system that usually calls for fight and flight reactions. When we end up in a potentially dangerous situation, this alarm goes off and automatically starts a number of different bodily reactions. It is these bodily reactions that we usually call anxiety. Here's a list of common physical reactions to anxiety. Heart palpitations, pressure across the chest, difficulty breathing or a choking sensation, raised pulse, dry mouth, stomach problems, gas, diarrhea, nausea, trembling and shaking, sweating or temperature changes, both hot and cold, dizziness, numbness, or a tingling sensation. Do you recognize them? The bodily reactions that start when an alarm sounds will help you escape or fight if you find yourself in a dangerous situation. These reactions can also start when you think you're in danger, even though you're not. When you think of something that frightens you or you're in danger of being left by someone important to you, the same physical reactions occur as when you're in actual danger. When you need to escape or fight, the reactions are very helpful. But when there's no real danger, the reactions can get you into trouble. So anxiety is an automatic bodily reaction that starts when we are in danger and is there to help us. As with worry, it's perfectly normal to feel anxious from time to time. Anxiety only becomes a problem when it appears very often and controls what we do and don't do. If you avoid going to parties because of your anxiety or try to control other aspects of your life to avoid anxiety, it's probably become a problem. Your anxiety is probably a problem if you experience anxiety almost every day. Avoid certain activities and situations due to your anxiety. Try to control yourself, others, or your environment due to your anxiety. Find it difficult to enjoy things you like due to your anxiety. Which of the above points do you recognize? Would you say that your anxiety is problematic? Write down your answers. The amount of worry and anxiety can vary from almost nothing to a lot. All of us can place our own level of anxiety and worry somewhere on the scale. At the very end of the scale towards very severe, we find the diagnosis for GAD. Where on the scale do you feel you are right now? Write down your answers. For a diagnosis to be made, your worry and anxiety must be more or less constant, occur in several situations, cause suffering, and limit your everyday life. In addition to this, the problems must have been present for at least 6 months, leading to symptoms such as irritability, fatigue, restlessness, concentration problems, difficulty sleeping, and/or muscle tension or pain in the body. Your worries are exaggerated, feel difficult to control, and are often related to everyday things. For this treatment to be helpful for you, you don't need to meet the full criteria for a diagnosis, but you should recognize at least some parts of the description from your own recent experiences. You don't have to get caught up in thinking about the diagnosis itself, because that's not the most important thing. However, it may be important to know that there's a diagnosis called Generalized Anxiety Disorder, or GAD. A list of common GAD symptoms are excessive worrying, meaning you also worry about things that are actually positive. Difficulty controlling worry, meaning once you start worrying, you can't stop. Chronic worry, meaning it's there more or less all of the time and has been for as long as you can remember. Difficulty falling asleep or sleeping properly, meaning you worry about falling asleep, sleep well, or waking up at night. Fatigue, physical or mental. Difficulty concentrating, meaning you find it difficult to concentrate on everyday activities because your worries are taking up your attention. Restlessness, irritation, pain or tension in the body. Which ones do you recognize? Write down your answers. Think about how much time you spend on your worries each day. How much time do you spend trying to prevent negative events or disasters in the future? How often do you talk to other people about things that worry you? How much time do you spend thinking about negative events that might happen in the future? Add up all of this time. Approximately, how much time do you spend worrying in total during a day? Write down what you come up with. Worrying takes up your time and energy. When you cut down on the time you spend worrying, you'll have more time and energy left over for other things. As your worrying subsides, you'll be able to choose how you want to be and what you want to do. What will your life be like? You should start thinking about this now. Answer the following questions to guide your thinking. Give yourself time to think carefully about the questions, and feel free to ask those around you for their input. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers to these questions. The answers will be different for different people, and for most people they'll change as their life situation changes. Let's look at an example before you answer the questions yourself. Oscar would like to spend more time playing with his children, and would love to try mountain biking with them. He'd love to go away on a skiing holiday, have more unplanned days to do what he feels like, and to be able to accept last-minute invitations. He wants to take more regular coffee breaks at work, to ask for a pay rise, and to be able to go home and really relax after a long day at work. He wants to just throw away that to-do list of important but boring tasks on his desk. Consider the following questions and write down your answers. What would you rather do with the time you spend worrying? If your worries disappeared, what would you stop doing? How would you like to be as a person? To wrap up, worry is any negative event that you can imagine in your mind. Worrying is mentally planning for the future and trying to find solutions to possible problems that may arise. Worry can be about almost anything, and it can be triggered by many different things. It's particularly common to feel anxious about situations that are new, unclear, or unpredictable. Anxiety is the bodily reactions that are triggered when the body's automatic alarm system goes off. These reactions are very helpful when you are in danger, but if they are constantly triggered even when there is no real danger, they can cause you problems. Your tasks for this week are as the following. Task 1. Identify whether your worries and anxieties are causing you problems. Task 2. Estimate where you are on the anxiety scale. Task 3. Identify which symptoms of GAD you recognize. Task 4. Estimate how much time you spend worrying. Task 5. Examine what you'd like to do and how you'd like your life to be if your worries didn't exist. Thanks for watching the first video from our Excessive Anxiety series. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next video, where we'll delve deeper into understanding your worries with a worry diary. Until next week, take care.